So let's connect n8n to Shopify. So in this example, I have this order that has just come up to my n8n instance. So I can see all the details of the order. So how to do this is specifically you need to create a new workflow. So once you create a new workflow, we'll be basically using a Shopify trigger. So let's go to Shopify, search for Shopify, and then you have few options over here. This is the official node from Shopify. So you got few options as a trigger, which is on app uninstalled, on cart in created, on cart update. All of the triggers are already there. So in our case, we'll basically be doing on order created. You can also do on order paid, whichever fits your use case. So click on order created. And then what you need to do is basically get the credential to with Shopify. So what do you need is just create a new credential. So click on the create new credential. And then you have three ways to connect to Shopify. You can use access token, you can use OAuth, or you can use API key, which is the deprecated one. So let's connect using the access token. What you do need is basically these fields: access token, app secret key, and the shop subdomain. So how you fill those details is basically you need to have a Shopify store. So once you have your Shopify store, this is my Shopify store, you basically have to log into your Shopify store. This is what you will get. And then what you need to do is go to apps, app and sales channel settings, and then you have to click on develop apps. Okay, and then basically you have to click on create app. Uh, for new Shopify accounts, you basically have this option which is legacy custom apps, which says starting month of 1st of January, you will not be able to create legacy apps. But for now, we'll just create this out. So create app, you just have to give a name. So let's say n8n integration demo app. The app developer is my email. Create app. Okay, once this is getting created, okay, this is done. Now, what you need to do is basically go to configuration, and then you have option to basically set up the admin part of it or the storefront part of it. For our use case, we'll use admin. So what do you mean by admin is whatever a Shopify admin that you have, you'll basically be able to manipulate and do all the activities based on the admin. So configure, and then we'll basically be setting up few permissions. So you got different permissions over here, which is read apps, read analytics, read products. So let's say whichever trigger that you want to use or whatever permission that you need. So we'll basically do read products, write products. These are all the permissions that you need to set up, and that is going to be as per your use case. So click on save whatever permissions that you've requested. Click on save, and then all the permissions you'll have this. Once this is saved, you go back to overview. Okay, then what you need to do is basically install to get the access token. So you need to install this app, whatever we created. So install this app. Installing gives you access to your data. So click on install, and then you will basically have all the fields which we need for n8n. So this is the access token, which is going to be this token. And then at the end, we have API key and the secret key. So click on reveal token once. So copy this, don't share this with anyone. Paste the access token over here. Then you need app secret key, which is going to be this API key, API secret key. So you copy this, go back and paste this up over here. And then what you need as shop subdomain is actually the shop name, which is this one. So you will have something like n8n, demo shop.myshopify, myshopify.com. This will open your store. What you need to do is just copy the first part of it, this one, and then you paste it up over here. So then everything is done. Click on save, and now you should be able to get a message connection tested successfully. And then this is the credential that we have. Basically, we have connected to Shopify. We just need to test something out, which is click on save. But if you run into some issues, you possibly might be running into few issues, which we have documented over here, which is common issues. So forbidden credentials error. If you couldn't connect to these settings, you basically have some issues with your permissions. So for example, read order scope also required read product scope. So review the scope whenever you're trying to create the configuration. And now let's test this out. So you execute this workflow. Okay, this is basically waiting for an event from Shopify. So you go to your app, and then what we'll be doing is triggering up because we actually have set up the trigger on order create. So this is the order that I have. I'll just duplicate this out. So more actions, duplicate, and let's see if our workflow gets triggered based on Shopify events. So collect, mark as paid, create order. Okay, done. So let's see if we've got, so this is what we have got. We basically have executed a workflow. So this is the Shopify trigger. If you've got everything over here, this is all what we have got from Shopify. So you see the execution. This is the new execution that we have. This is the new execution that we have over here. And then everything is good. So you were able to connect to Shopify. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the comment section. Please like the video. And I also happen to run a community which helps you build AI agents and automations around it. And so do join that community and let's get to the end. Thank you.